Myself, Mr. B.M. Kalunke, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Zoology, RBNB College, Srinagar. Today I am going to discuss on energy flow in ecosystem. Energy flow in an ecosystem. And energy flow models. Energy flow in an ecosystem and energy flow models. Energy is an capacity to perform a work by organism or animal, and it is obtained from a food material. Energy is obtained from food material, and that energy provides, or it is a capacity to do a work. Any kind of an ecosystem, it may be terrestrial, that is a natural ecosystem, terrestrial. There are two kinds of ecosystems. Natural ecosystems, that includes, for example, aquatic ecosystem, which is of two types. Freshwater ecosystem, for example, a pond. Freshwater ecosystem, pond, river, these are the examples of, for example, aquatic ecosystem. And another kind is terrestrial ecosystems. Terrestrial ecosystem, for example, forest, grassland, desert, etc. And again, ecosystems are of two types, that is natural ecosystem, and second one is artificial ecosystem. Natural ecosystem, for example, river body, aquatic ecosystem, seawater. These are examples of natural ecosystem, forest, grassland. And artificial ecosystem, that is also called as man-made ecosystem. Man-made ecosystem. Here, for example, croplands. Croplands, it is an example of artificial ecosystem. Pond, forest. Pond is also an example of artificial ecosystem when it is constructed by human being. It is constructed by human being. Lake is an example of freshwater ecosystem. It is a natural ecosystem. River is a natural ecosystem. These are the three different ecosystems. For example, in case of BSc syllabus, as far as consider pond ecosystem, which is example of freshwater ecosystem. Forest ecosystem, which is example of terrestrial ecosystem. And artificial ecosystem, for example, croplands. All these ecosystems, it may be natural or artificial, structurally and functionally, they show the three main components which are called as biotic components. There are two factors of an ecosystem which are interrelated with each other. That is abiotic factors and biotic factors. Abiotic factors are also called as non-living factors. They are non-living factors. For example, water, air, soil, and nutrients. For example, oxygen, CO2, nitrates, phosphates, calcium, etc. pH, temperature. These are abiotic factors or non-living factors. And biotic factors are organisms. It may be animal. Plants. Animals, plants, and microbes, that is microorganisms. These are called as living factors or biotic components. Each ecosystem shows three different types of biotic components. That is producers. They are also called as autotrophs. Producers, they are also called as autotrophs. Second, consumers. They are also called as heterotrophs. They are also called as heterotrophs. Consumers, heterotrophs. They are further classified into three types. Primary consumers. Secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. Consumers are primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. And third one component is called as decomposers. These are main three components of any ecosystem. That is biotic factors. Producers, they are also called as autotrophs. Consumers, they are called as heterotrophs. And third one is decomposers. In any ecosystem, it may be aquatic ecosystem, for example pond ecosystem, it may be forest ecosystem, or it may be cropland ecosystem. These three are called as trophic levels. Trophic levels. Trophic level first, trophic level second, trophic level third, trophic level fourth, and so on. Here in an ecosystem, producers are first trophic level and consumers are second trophic levels. Producers, that is green plant. Green plants are called as producers. Green plants, they are called as producers because they are able, plants, green plants, that is vegetation. It may be, for example, grass, crops, variety of crops, vegetables, trees, variety of crops, for example, grass, they are called as green plants. They are producers or they are called as autotrophs. Producers are only able to produce their own food material by trapping sunlight or sun rays, and with the help of water and other micronutrients, they synthesize their own food material. They synthesize their own food material. Producers are able to manufacture or synthesize their own food material. Hence, they are called as producers or autotrophs. Animals does not produce their own food material, except some microorganisms. For example, Euglena, a protozoan animal. The body of Euglena shows some chloroplast cells. They synthesize food material in very less amount. But all plants, they produce their own food material, and that food material is stored in the body of plants, which is utilized for their growth and other metabolic activities. Consumers, they depend on producers to obtain their food material. Consumers, they depend on producers to obtain their food material. They do not synthesize their own food material. They depend on producers to get or obtain their food material. For example, primary consumers. They are called as herbivores. Herbivorous animals. The animals which graze on plant material. That is, for example, animals which graze or feed on grass. These animals are called as herbivorous animals or herbivores. They are called as herbivorous animals or herbivores. Animals which feed or graze on a plant material. They are called as grazing animals or herbivores. They are called as herbivores. And it is a primary consumer. primary consumer. For example, the herbivorous animals are killed. Herbivorous animals, that is herbivores. For example, cattle, sheep, goat, cows, buffaloes. That is domestic animals. For example, domestic animals. Cattle, that includes sheep, goat, cows, buffaloes, and wild animals, a large number of wild animals. For example, from insect, grasshopper, for example, and a large number of wild animals. For example, rabbit, deer, and larger animals, wild buffaloes, bison. These are also herbivorous animals. From insect to higher mammals. Mammals that includes, for example, rabbit, deer, bison. These are the examples of primary consumers, which are herbivorous animals, commonly called as herbivores. These animals are killed and eaten by another organisms. These animals are called as carnivores or carnivorous animals. They are called as carnivores or carnivorous animals. These animals are predatory animals, and these animals are called as prey animals. For example, rabbit, deer, they are called as prey animals. And carnivorous animals, carnivores, which kill, for example, rabbit, deer, they are called as predatory animals. They kill and eat or feed upon the body of such animals, prey animals. There are some examples of smaller carnivorous animals. For example, in case of forest or grassland ecosystem or in a sanctuary, wildlife sanctuary, these animals are killed and eaten by smaller predatory animals, that is carnivores. For example, these animals, for example, in grassland ecosystem, grass is a producer that synthesize their own food material. Different species or large number of species in grassland ecosystem. For example, insects feed on grass. Insect is called as, for example, grasshopper. It is called as herbivore. It is called as herbivore. Insects, for example, grasshoppers, they are eaten by, for example, a frog. Frog is eaten by another animal, for example, snake. And snake is eaten by predatory bird, for example, hawk. It is eaten by hawk. Or simple example, grass is eaten by rabbit. Rabbit is eaten by wolf, and wolf is eaten by top carnivore. For example, a tiger or lion. It is called as a food chain. It is called as a food chain. Food chain in an ecosystem. It may be freshwater ecosystem, for example, pond ecosystem. It may be grassland ecosystem. It may be forest ecosystem. It may be cropland ecosystem. Producers are eaten by herbivorous animals. For example, here grasshoppers are herbivorous. Rabbit is a herbivorous that feeds on grass, for example. Rabbit is eaten by wolf. Wolf is a predatory animal. And such small predatory animals are again eaten by large predatory animals. For example, tiger, lion. This one trophic level is called as, they are called as top consumers. They are called as top consumers. The grass provides food material. For example, for the rabbit. When rabbits are killed and eaten by wolf, food material is passed into body of such predatory animal. When wolf is eaten by tiger or lion, food material is transferred in the body of lion, tiger, and it is commonly called as a food chain. It is commonly called as food chain. In an ecosystem, food chain. Food chain may be defined as the sequence of eating. Food chain is nothing but it is a sequence of eating and being eaten. Sequence of eating and being eaten. That is called as food chain. For example, grass is eaten by herbivorous animals, and herbivorous animals are killed and eaten by predatory animals. That is carnivorous animals. And during this food chain, food, for example, grass or plants, they produce food material. That food, plants produce food material. And this food material contains nutrients. For example, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, or amino acids. These are called as food constituents. Carbohydrates, these are sugar, fats and proteins. Here, plant food material mainly contains large amount of carbohydrates, that is sugar, that provides energy. That provides energy. Sugar or carbohydrates which are found in a food material, they provide energy. And that energy is transferred. Energy is transferred from the producers to herbivores and from herbivores to carnivores. Energy is transferred from producers to herbivores and from body of herbivores to into body of carnivores. There is a transfer of energy, and in each trophic level, at each successive trophic level, that is from trophic level first, producers, trophic level second, herbivores, trophic level third, consumers, that is primary consumers, secondary, tertiary consumers. There is a successive decrease in amount of energy. There is a successive decrease at each trophic level in the amount of energy. Energy decreases constantly. Energy decreases. For example, when herbivores feed on grass, the body of herbivores, they get or obtain food material from the grass. When herbivores are eaten by carnivores, food material, that is energy, is transferred in the body of consumers, and at each level there is a constant decrease in amount of energy. That is called a simple energy flow. It is called as energy flow. Transfer of energy from body of producers to the body of consumers, that is herbivorous animals, and from herbivorous animals in the body of carnivores, that is predatory animals. And there is a constant decrease in amount of energy. Energy is lost. Energy is lost. There is a loss of energy when it is transferred from one trophic level to another trophic level. When energy is transferred from one trophic level to another trophic level, there is a gradual decrease in amount of energy. And this flow, energy flow of energy, that means flow, that means movement of energy. Movement of energy. Movement of energy from first trophic, for example, levels to another trophic level. The movement of energy, it is called as energy flow, and it is always in unidirectional. Flow of energy is always unidirectional. Flow of energy is unidirectional. That means it flows from producers to herbivores, and from herbivores to carnivores. Energy flows from producers to herbivores, for example, and from herbivores to carnivores. it does not flows in a revert pathway or reverse condition, that is from body of herbivores into body of carnivores, or from body of carnivores to the body of herbivores. It does not flows in reverse condition or revert pathway from herbivore to producers or from carnivores to herbivores. It always flows from the body of producers to the body of herbivores, and from body of herbivores to body of carnivores. And that movement of energy is called as unidirectional flow of energy. It is called as unidirectional flow of energy. And during this movement of energy, large amount of energy is lost. And at top carnivorous level, very less amount of energy reaches in the body of top carnivores. For example, tiger, in the body of tiger or lion. For example, green plants. That traps sunlight. Green plants traps or absorbs. Green plants absorbs radiant energy. Green plants absorbs energy from sunlight, radiant energy. For example, about 3000 kilocalories of energy is absorbed. For example, in a simple energy flow model, about 3000 kilocalories energy from sunlight is absorbed or trapped by green plants. It is absorbed by green plants. And out of this amount of energy, about 50%, that is about 1500 kilocalories, energy is utilized by the body of green plants. Here there is a loss of 50% energy. It is either in the form of heat. Energy is lost in the form of heat, or other metabolic activities of animals or plants. For example, respiration. There is a loss of energy. Energy is lost in the form of heat or respiration. Here there is a loss about 50%. 1 kilocalorie, that equals 1 kilocalorie, that equals about 1000 calories of energy. When green plants absorb a sunlight, the amount of energy is about 3000 1000 kilocalories. Here there is a loss of energy which is about 50%, and again there is a loss of energy in the form of unused energy and not assimilated energy. And about out of this one, only 1% of energy, only 1% of energy, that is about 15 kilocalories is utilized. Only about 15 kilocalories energy is utilized by green plants to synthesize their food material, and that food is utilized or stored in the body of green plants, which is used for growth of plants, growth of body and other metabolic activities. This one is called as gross production, gross productivity. Gross productivity. This one amount of energy, it is called as net production or net productivity. Net production of net productivity. The amount of energy that reaches in the herbivorous animals is only about 1.5 kilocalories, and amount of energy that reaches in the body of top carnivores it is only or very less, about 0.3 kilocalories. Only 0.3 kilocalories energy reaches in the body of top carnivores. This one is called as P2 and P3 or secondary production. It is called as secondary production. It is about a transfer of energy in different trophic levels from the body of producers into the body of consumers.